Breaking news, Prince Harry's UK security appeal has officially finished. What happened this afternoon, and has he done enough to win? Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef the Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because breaking news, Prince Harry's UK security appeal has officially finished. What happened this afternoon, and has Hazard done enough to win? Now, there was a portion this afternoon in the proceedings where it did go private, away from the public, because they were discussing highly sensitive, confidential information that could concern other security measures surrounding the royal family. And so I'm not angry at that. That's absolutely fair enough. But what do we actually know as to what happened this afternoon? Well, the public hearing for Hazard's security appeal resumed at around about 4:15 this afternoon. And so, yeah, about 4:15 this afternoon, it all came back publicly. Now, Hazard's lawyer started speaking, saying that Hazard's life is at stake, you guys, over his security arrangements. In a closing submission, Shahid Fatima KC, who's representing Hazard, told the court, quote, "One must not forget the human dimension to this case. There's a person sitting behind me whose safety, whose security, and whose life is at stake. There's a person sitting behind me who's being told he's getting a special bespoke process when he knows and has experienced a process that is manifestly inferior in every respect." Yeah, inferior by his standards. But it ain't his standards that we're going at here. The argument is, did Ravik go through the correct procedures and policies to come to a fair resolution for Hazard and his security arrangements? By their standards, not by Hazard's. Who the frick does he think he is? Absolute freaking moron. And he, through his barrister, can all day long turn around and say that his life is at stake, his security is at stake. But he's come to the UK many times since he left the royal family. Not one incident that we know of publicly, mind you, but not one incident has happened since he's come to the UK after leaving the royal family. So I think it is major hyperbole, his barrister turning round and saying, oh, his life is at stake, his security is at stake. BS, he still gets UK security when he comes over here. He just has to apply for it 28 days before he comes over, so Ravik can decide the level of security that's appropriate for Hazard based on why he's visiting, where he's visiting, and who he's visiting in the first place. I don't think that's wrong. I think that's great. Fair play. Now, going on, she then stresses and has emphasised how much this appeal means to Hazard and his family in her closing submissions. Of course, Megzy had to get into this, didn't she? Shahid Fatima KC told the Court of Appeal today his presence here and throughout this appeal is a potent illustration where one needed of how much this appeal means to him and his family. They're admitting, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, that Megzy is a big driving force behind this. That she wants this level of security back. Which is quite ironic, where yesterday they turned around and they said, oh, we had to leave the royal family because the institution didn't protect us good enough. But is now fighting to get back that security that they initially thought it wasn't good enough and therefore they left in the first place. I mean, make that make sense. Seriously. But around about 15 minutes ago, as of me recording this video, breaking news, his UK security appeal has ended. It is officially finished. It's all drawn to a close. What's going to happen next? Well, the full closing submission should be published soon, with a decision expected in writing at a later date. How long is this going to take? Well, how long is a freaking piece of string? We have no idea. The question, though, on a lot of our minds, I imagine, is, will Hazza win? And if I look at this, and I look at all the arguments that were made, right, from Hazza's team and the Home Office team, and I look at it logically, I cannot see how Hazza can actually win this appeal. Why? Because, as I've said in previous videos, whilst I've been covering this 2-day appeal, Hazza's team, what they've been arguing, from my perspective, is why he needs this level of security that he feels is appropriate that Ravik isn't giving him, right? Okay. But that's not actually what's supposed to be argued here. What's supposed to be argued is Hazza turning round and arguing, trying to prove that Ravik didn't follow their policy and procedures to come to a fair outcome, a fair resolution for Hazza and his security arrangements in the UK. Not once did I see, as far as I'm concerned, his barrister trying to argue that, what they're supposed to be appealing in the first place. Instead, it's, oh, he needs the security because of this and he needs the security because of that. So for me, because Hazza's team didn't actually address enough, right, the actual centre of this appeal in the first place, they're going to lose. They're going to lose, as far as I'm concerned. Because the Home Office, on the other hand, they came in and they addressed what's at the centre of the appeal. They addressed and provided receipts as to how and why they followed the procedure and how it came to a reasonable, fair resolution for Hazza and his security arrangements whenever he comes to the UK. So when I look at it logically and see Hazza making his arguments, Home Office making their arguments, Hazza's team missed the ball completely and don't actually address the centre of the appeal, whereas the Home Office did. So just based on that logic alone, taking out my animosity to Hazza and Meghan, because I'm not their biggest fan, I'll freely admit that. But taking that aside, looking at it logically, what both sides put across, I think the Home Office will win on this one. I really, really do. Especially when the judge told Team Hazza off earlier on. And if you missed that video, I'll link it in the description bar below, and it'll be towards the end of this video as well. Judge essentially turning around and being like, can we actually focus on the heart of the appeal here? Is essentially what they were saying, paraphrasing, as far as I'm concerned. Check that out. Again, the video will be in the description bar below, and it'll be towards the end of this video as well. But when I can get my teeth back in, breaking news, Prince Harry's UK security appeal has finished. What's going to happen next? Will he win? Well, enough with my gob. It's now time for your gobs to enter this conversation. So if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course, there's going to be more, then make sure you subscribe to join our alternate tribe. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatevers. Do you think Prince Harry will win his security appeal? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.